The following program contains coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
I don't believe that what I say is so controversial because it's based in science, it's based in things that make sense. So the things that I'm going to say in this video, I understand. If you don't want me to say it, I get it, but I'm still going to express my opinion, and I feel like we all should be able to express our opinions. And I don't think we deserve to be demonetized for expressing our opinions and speaking on science and speaking on biology of the world and how humans exist and things that actually make sense, right? With this situation is coming out of Brazil, not in America. So thank you for those. Every once in a while, people will send me stories that they want me to cover. I want to just at least bring this up. Maybe y'all can share this on my channel. Maybe you can make this go viral. But let me talk about this innocent baby that was harmed by these individuals, okay? Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. So my source for this particular story is coming from Daily Mail UK. So shout out to Daily Mail for I can read this article from them. But again, this is out of Brazil, not in the USA. A mother and her lesbian lover have been charged with a sickening torture, RAPE, and murder of her 20-month-old daughter. Let me stop right there. And let me tell you guys, so these are a lesbian couple, and some of y'all might be thinking, why so much violence? So here's generally what happens, okay? In LGTB, and I've said this before, you can go back and look at my channel. I'm pretty fair, and I'm always pretty consistent with what I say. Male LGTB tend to be more sexually motivated. Female LGTB tend to be more violent. So the fact that you have a sexual assault that occurred here with that RAPE of this child make this a little bit unique. But more times than none, the violence rate between lesbian couples is extremely high. It's damn near guaranteed that if you're LGTB, you're going to have physical confrontations, that if a male and a woman were to have that, police be called, people be going to jail. But that don't tend to happen with girl-on-girl situations, girl-on-girl violence. But it's usually pretty high. So in all actuality, the violence I'm not surprised of, but the other stuff is just a different level of disgusting. Now, the defenseless toddler's name is Maria, and she died on March the 13th from horrific injuries in Espírito Santo, Brazil. Now, suspicious staff at the Jose Hospital called police when she was brought in unconscious and dehydrated with a fractured arm, as well as bruises on her head, neck, and back, but was pronounced dead shortly after. Her mother's depraved lover, Milina Carla Androlino, 27 years old, which is this crackhead looking MFer right here. God, that is a bad looking, ugly looking, deformed head looking, just a bad individual. Oh no, I just don't know. Just ugly and ugly get together, and it just equals ugly actions, ugly things. Allegedly 25 years old, said that she knew about the attacks on her daughter, but did not agree with, or excuse me, the 20s, actually with the baseball cap, I think that's the one that's 27 years old. She claimed that the toddler had slipped in a bathtub. Where's my people at? Hashtag not another bathtub story. So the one, I believe, on the right-hand side told police that she claimed that the toddler slipped and fell in the bathtub and then fell down the stairs, but later admitted to beating her with a slipper when questioned by police. Another bathtub story. Another international bathtub story. Maria's mother, by the name of Julielle Amorim, who's 25 years old on the left-hand side, says she knew about the attacks on her daughter, but she did not agree with them. So you took your daughter to the thug zoo, let your daughter be in the thug, and placed your daughter in the thug lion cage, and then the thug lion murdered and mauled your kid, and then you're just okay with that? If you ask me, they need equal sentences. Equal sentences. So if that fool on the right gets 50 years to life in prison, the fool on the left needs 50 years of life in prison also. Hashtag not another bathtub story. Both Angelino and Amorim were arrested and have been charged with aggravated homicide, RAPE, and torture, and are being held in custody. Forensic examinations are being carried out on Maria's body to discover evidence of previous sexual and physical abuse. Prosecutors revealed that the child's mother was only released from prison 6 months ago after serving 5 years behind bars for drug trafficking. And they let her keep her kid without proving herself to be a good, suitable parent. But I digress. It's Brazil. Maybe they don't care about kids in Brazil. I wouldn't know. A spokesperson for the hospital told the local media on the night of the 13th of March 25th, or March 2025, at 10:17 p.m., the hospital received in its pediatric emergency department a patient in a very serious state. There were 2 reported episodes of a fall. Immediately, all appropriate medical measures were adopted for stabilization and life support. However, despite their efforts, the patient died at 11:03 p.m. So that was just a little bit less than an hour. They added, in view of the nature of the case, the police were promptly contacted. The hospital remains available to cooperate with investigation in accordance to legal guidelines. Police from the Special Murder Squad for Vulnerable Victims continue to investigate Maria's death. The child's school mourned her death, stating that Maria will be eternally remembered. The horrific incident comes after a depraved father was sentenced to 17 years behind bars after he RAPE'd and prostituted his 7-month-old daughter in his Spanish apartment. Lord have mercy. Wow. Yeah, y'all can go look up that article. They give a whole lot of extra information about that case. We're just going to stick to this one. So it's just really sad to think that somebody can be this level of depraved. But again, this mentality cannot be rehabilitated. It just needs to be punished. And these people need a life sentence in prison. And I think that should be the end of it. To Maria, young princess, R.I.P. And I just wish that she would have been raised, been given to someone. Hell, you could have, the system of child protective services or whatever they have in Brazil, foster parents, she would have stood a better chance of being in a foster parent's house rather than her own mother who just got out of jail for drugs and she got her kid back. Where's the biological father? Did he not come for his kid? Did he not give a damn? Did he not try? She was the only option? It's beyond me, but it's just really, really sad. No matter where in the world these stories are going on, we're going to continue to advocate and put children first. And I think freaking pedophiles like this and hebophiles and murderers and abusers like this should never be able to get out of prison ever again, in my humble opinion. But let me know what you guys think. We're advocating all across the world for the children, advocating for children. Thank you so much.